experienced any blackouts, stretches of time that you can't account for?
Yeah, you're gonna love this one. It's a scream, baby. Do not open this door. What's the matter with you people? I was joking. Don't you know it's a joke when you hear one?
Welcome back, everybody, to another Lost Log episode. Today, we're going to have a real relaxed fit, Mason. This is a real...
I unbuttoned my pants. You know, after a big meal, you unbutton your pants.
Yeah, that's what you've done. I'm in sweatpants. I'm, it's mellow. We're just looking at stuff. Today, we're going to be we're going to be taking a look at Instagram conspiracy pages. Now, do you know what I mean when I say that, Mason? Because I know you don't use Instagram a lot.
I don't know. No, I'm assuming
Okay.
it's like I'm assuming it's like some of the TikToks that I see where it's like a guy pops over a green screen and he's like, "Did you know back in the 60s, the government fucked everybody?
It's exactly that,
with
right?
alien
Yeah.
eggs.
Yeah.
Uh-oh," and then he just disappears. And I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
what was the evidence behind that? And he's
That's
just
exactly
like,
what it is. So
okay,
there's this
cool.
weird thing, and it's not just with just conspiracy pages, and it doesn't also just apply to Instagram, but Instagram seems to be like the festering ground for these things, where people will just reshare content from better websites like Twitter or your Reddit or something like that, and they'll just share a screen grab or whatever, and they'll be like, "Oh my God, isn't this crazy?" But they offer nothing else, right?
And they'll use those arguments that are so popular today where they're just like, say some shit and it's like, wait, I don't think any of that's true. And
Right.
they're like, I don't, nobody
so-
knows. And
so,
it's like,
yeah.
wait a minute, hold on.
So there's like whole things about like Instagram comedy where you have all this like horrible style of comedy that has been birthed on Instagram. But I also think that what doesn't get talked about enough is Instagram conspiracy pages, because so many people subscribe to them, and they are just like you said, where somebody will come and they'll share a shitty fucking picture with text underneath, and it's the same format, and they and maybe it's a well-known fact that they present as something that no one has ever thought of, or it's some outlandish claim that it reminds me of the early days of the internet, like creepypasta and like iFunny, where you'd see these like images that as a kid you might have been like, whoa, but now you're like, what's the evidence for this? Where's
They'll
your
show
source
like
for this?
like a weird Polaroid and be like, did you know this was the last picture taken of Maria
Yes.
Grayson before
Yes.
she was brutally murdered by her father, mother, and daughter?
And it's like,
other sister? And I was like, no, I didn't. And
No.
then that's it, though? Like, that's all
yeah,
the
that's
information
it,
you've
right?
got
Because
for
it's
me?
like short
Yeah.
form, but they could
Yeah.
still be like, I don't know. So that I was made aware of this, and I have to give him credit by friend of the log, Jesus Romo. He's been on an episode. He was on the 21 and 22 Jump Street episode. He's a listener. He sent me one of these a while back, and actually the page that I wanted to do is no longer up. So I don't know if finally Instagram guidelines caught up with him or what happened, because nowadays Instagram will flag things that have false information, right? And they'll give you a little warning. I don't know. He's gone. So the one that I wanted to do a whole episode on is gone, but I found plenty of other ones out
Well,
there.
yeah, it's the
So-
thing where it's when one is killed, two more shittier versions of it pop up.
Yeah, they're like
So, yeah.
the shitty hydras of the internet world.
Yes.
So,
but each one of them is dumber than the last.
Right. So we're going to be taking a look at these. And of course, we don't mean anything against these people. We're just taking a look at them for fun. That's what we do here. So if anybody's genuinely upset that we are taking a look at their favorite conspiracy page, hey, man, we do that with everything.
Also, I mean, we still appreciate the wheelhouse we're dealing
Sure.
in. You know,
Yeah.
we still appreciate people who do conspiracy theories and shit
yeah,
like that.
it's
I
fun.
mean, it's cool.
It's
whatever,
fun,
man.
entertaining. I get a laugh at it. Sometimes I'm like, that's a little spooky.
I mean, if you're accusing of parents whose children have been murdered in a mass shooting of being
That's not-
false flag actors,
Right.
you're a piece of shit and can go fuck yourself. But if you're just like, what if the Titanic didn't sink?
I'm like,
It's
hey, that's
kinda
kind
cool,
of that's
actually.
kind of cool.
Actually, I that kind of believe there's a conspiracy theory about
the one
that.
about the
I believe
Olympic
it. Yeah.
and the
Titanic.
So
Didn't happen.
that's what we're
Did
doing
you know
today.
That the Titanic didn't sink? It was actually the Olympic. Here's 2 pictures of boats. Can you tell the difference? I can't.
I
And then
can't. Yeah.
That's the end.
So there actually is a Titanic one that I saved in here, but it's not. Well, anyway. So that's what we're going to be doing. Is we're going to be taking a look at these pages. I'll say the name or whatever, and we'll put them in the show notes so that you guys can go and give them a follow and contribute to them or whatever. But for our audio listeners, if you want to see the actual posts themselves, we're recording all of this on video. So if you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, this is the perfect opportunity to do that. Our whole library is up there. We're completely up to date. We're publishing the video and the audio episodes at the same time. So it's going to be continuously up to date from this point forward. And if you're an audio listener and you want to see it, we're going to be showing all these on the video version of the podcast. So go and give that a like and a subscribe and a watch.
If you're at work and you're just trying to fuck
your
around,
imagination.
Just jump on the Instagram page while we're talking about it. See if you can find the picture
You can do that too. Yeah.
Yeah, you can live scroll with us. Well, not live, but
yeah,
at home.
Yeah, at home with your family. Make it a family activity. So, as soon as I figure out, there it is. I'm gonna share my screen and I'm gonna show Mason and the listeners. You are the listeners. Thank you for being here.
Just you, just the one guy.
Just the one guy.
We're talking about you or girl.
Yes, and
person, whatever person you are. We're talking to you right now.
Yeah, and here we go. You ready, Mason?
I'm ready.
All right. Well then. Okay, here we go. Are you ready to begin?
Yeah, let's do it.
So I've made an album here on Instagram, aptly titled
curated this for us.
Conspiracies with an exclamation point, an alien emoji, a little demon, a ghost, a skull, and a UFO, because that's just the vibe that these they'll always put something like that in the I went John Mulaney there for a second. I didn't mean to. They'll always put something but they'll always put something like that in the bio. Or it'll be like, check this out. And it's like fire emoji, blah, blah. And it's like, okay. Well, anyway.
I'm
okay.
loving this already.
Let's
this
begin.
Is gonna be great.
Our first one comes from the page Conspiracy Theory Man.
Terrible superhero.
Right. He's the entire time is, I don't actually believe that the bad guys are as bad as the media wants us to believe.
Oh.
So.
You wear masks. Okay.
Okay. Okay. You're hiding your identity. Hiding from what exactly? Yeah. So, I'm gonna be reading the post, and then maybe I will also include the description because sometimes they're very funny. So
this is fucking stupid shit.
This one says, 16th century astrologer Nostradamus correctly predicted various world events like the rise of Hitler and the 9/11 attacks. He predicted there will be huge famine, solar storms, and zombies in the year 2021. So get ready, Mason, because it's happening.
Yeah.
It's here. It's now. And then the description says his predictions are incredibly vague because they were written so long ago. You can twist them to pretty much whatever you like. So take this with a grain of salt.
Yeah,
Follow
so
at Conspiracy Theory Man for mind-blowing posts. Already he's like, I gotta absolve myself here.
But also, I can't get over the fact that he. I've nailed this to a fucking T. Of they were just gonna say some shit, and I'm gonna be like, what did he say? I read this and I'm already interested.
Right.
Like, cool, what did he say about it?
Right.
We're not gonna tell you. All right, hold on. I think I'm gonna add a wrinkle to this. Can I look this up now, real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Can I just Google this
Fact
and
check
see?
it? Yeah.
Yeah, because I just want to know, 'cause
So,
we can't not tell people what Nostradamus said.
Right. I'm here at Conspiracy Theory Man's page, and a look at it will say, this is what his bio says. It says, conspiracy theories with the shush emoji, and then the mind-blowing emoji, and it says mind-blowing conspiracy theories, and then the demon emoji, like I said, and it says scary facts, videos, and theories. And then it's got the big I, and it says hit follow to discover the truth. So yeah, I kind of nailed it with that. And let's look at some of these comments. So this person says, also a weird thing that I noticed while I was looking at these and compiling is that a lot of religious people will follow these. And I don't know if they follow them to lambast them or because they believe in them, but a lot of them, like this lady says, take me God, please, right? And I would find other comments that were like, this is false because only God knows this or whatever, or I don't know. It was an interesting little thing that I noticed. This person says, or maybe something to do with the shadow government.
Well, that's true. So now, yeah, I have no idea because there's like, I have no idea if these people are like
right.
real or not. But.
And this one says, there are a few ways of zombie apart from failed COVID vaccine, hybrid bird flu type, failed bird flu vaccine. Don't know what that means. What does that mean?
I've got this straight up. I've got the quotes from this is I'm on livescience.com, which I think is I don't know what livescience.com is. But here's the things I think these are separate things. Okay, so the first one is 2 steel birds will fall from the sky on the metropolis. Right? Here's another one. The sky will burn at 45 degrees latitude. Here's another one. Fire approaches the great new city.
Okay.
Here's another one. Immediately, a huge scattered flame leaps up. Here's another one. Within months, rivers will flow with blood. And then here's another one. The undead will roam the earth for a little time. So he didn't say that anything about the year 2021.
No. And the thing
this was all in a line. So he didn't say like he said within months of if he was predicting 9/11, within months of it, rivers were going to red with blood and
Yeah, it's just hilarious. And of course the comment section of these pages is very interesting because it ranges from people being like, man, this is garbage, like you're a liar. People with, I don't know, brains, I guess. And then other people who are like anti-vaxxers and maybe low-level QAnon subscribers, like this person, like that person that's talking about that the zombie apocalypse will be because of failed COVID vaccine.
Oh,
I'm like,
here's,
okay.
This is continuing on too to say that this is actually a hybrid of real Nostradamus verse and complete fiction that someone rewrote it. So this isn't a true.
Oh,
this is
awesome.
not true. It's completely. This says so. Some of this was written from this. A thing called a quatrain, which I think is what it's written from, and a whole thing. It goes into whole like steel was an obvious giveaway because he died 200 years before steel was invented.
Right.
Shit like that. So it's fake. This is all fake.
This is a perfect comment though that encapsulates that low level QAnon people. So this guy says, zombies are going to be part of Ebola type X, as in type 10. I have my sources. Corona is going to be blamed first. Then an RNA of Ebola will be discovered. Unlike movie zombies, they will be alive yet rotting away. This will cause mental illness as the brain is attacked, turning the infected hostile. I like how his source like is, movies, I have my sources, he says.
Oh, he's saying they're not going to be dead. They're just going to be dying.
Right. But I also like how his argument is, I have my sources, but not what the sources are.
Dude, these comments are fucking batshit. All right, we can't spend that much time on each of these, but holy shit. Okay.
Let's see. What did I click on that I got stuck here? Okay. Next one. This one is also still from Conspiracy Theory Man. It says, many believe that HAARP or HARP, a weather research program funded by the U.S. Air Force and Navy.
Let me read that the way it's written. Weather research program.
Funded by the U.S. Air Force and Navy has been using their strange facility to control the weather. Strange man-made looking clouds have been seen everywhere, including clouds perfectly shaped as squares. And then it has these pictures of these clearly photoshopped. Pictures. Right, yeah. So then the description says, HARP defends themselves by saying that it is only devoted...
I love how they're defending themselves.
Yeah.
Like HARP is in an argument. They're just like, no, you dumbasses, we're not doing that.
It says HARP defends themselves by saying that it is only developed for research purposes, but their collaborations with the U.S. Air Force, Navy, and Defense Advanced Research Project Agency make things look suspicious. HARP spans over 33 acres and uses 100 different antennas for its operation. The building of HARP is covered by mountains and not accessible to the public. Sure. This person here says, did you know the government also run Photoshop? And then the mind-blowing emoji. Which, these are clearly Photoshop, so they're not...
Also, I love that it's like, isn't it suspicious that they work with the Navy? It's like, no, because the Navy needs to know the weather.
Needs to know the weather, and so does the Air Force, who goes into the
weather.
air.
Yes. So no, it's not suspicious.
Right.
God damn it. Yeah, this one's the dumbest one. Yeah. Listen, we've only seen 2, but yeah.
Right. I also like this comment. This person comments, "Yeah, they smart enough to make clouds. It's just not smart enough to make it unnoticeable."
I don't know what side they're arguing.
I don't know that one, right? I thought at first that they were like, "Yeah," but then by the end I was like, "Oh, what?" So,
do they think that they're actually not smart enough to make unnoticeable cloud? Well, but also, I don't really know a lot about weather, but I don't think making a cloud is probably as hard as it.
No,
you know
right?
What I mean?
I swear you make
I've
them
seen
in
clouds
science
and
class.
hangers because you just need like
right.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. Great one. Loving it.
This next one.
Can I do this one?
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
A CIA document discusses the existence A CIA document discusses the existence of a clearly larger reality beyond our physical reality. The document seems to theorize that this alternate reality exists within your brain and can be accessed consciously. That's called the imagination.
Right. But
these motherfuckers just read a CIA document that confirms the existence of their own imagination.
And then the description says daydreaming, deja vu, dreaming, it all connects to somewhere. And it's got a little like
shut the fuck
face,
up.
like the
No,
little
it
like
doesn't.
face, the little emoji that's going like kind of. Yeah.
Okay, let me break this one down because here's the thing. So already we start off with just a CIA document. They don't tell us which one. They don't tell us how to see it. It just take DMT and see the truth is one of the goddamn.
I was gonna say
Fuck
Joe
this,
Rogan
goddamn
commented
it.
here. I don't know if you saw that. Take DMT and see the truth.
But okay, but I also love how they say like it clearly says that there's a larger thing.
I think this would have been talked about.
It immediately follows that up with such a like clearly says it with also, but it also seems to theorize like maybe we don't know. We know it says that this is real, but we don't know if it can be accessed with your brain. It's like shut up. Imagination. Yes, it's just, God damn it.
I think it's called imagination. LOL, what documents from whose desk?
It's what you call a dream.
I know, this person says, I know, the council has spoken many times. The reason we don't touch these realities is to not break our own. Who the fuck is the council? I like the idea that this guy belongs to a council, but he's just fucking commenting on Instagram.
He's doing that thing so like people like
oh
respond
yeah,
to him, you
but
know,
I'm saying, but like I like
yeah.
the idea though that this person would exist who is part of this council and then would just go on and just comment on Instagram like, yeah, we know this. Yeah, we do this.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's
all
move
right,
on to
well,
the
that
next
one
one.
was dumb, but not as dumb.
So, this one here says, this photo was taken during the 1962 World Cup celebration and shows Brazil holding up a trophy. Upon further inspection, you'll see what appears to be someone taking a photo with a flip cell phone, which was not invented until the 1990s. So this is an image from Getty Images, and I'll zoom in here so that you can clearly see.
It's, at the very least, it may just be an image with the Getty Images
Right.
thing photoshopped into it.
But this is clearly a camera. It's an old camera.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
so
doesn't
it's
even look
not
that
a
much
flip
like
phone.
It doesn't even really like. It looks
No.
a little bit like a flip phone, but not
from,
that
again
much like
from
it.
zoomed out. I'm like, oh, but once I zoom in, I'm like, oh no, that's a camera.
It took an entire 6 inches of leaning forward for me to realize that that was indeed just a regular old-timey camera thing.
This one, but then the description for this though, I like. He says, "What's the one thing you would change if you could travel back in time?" Thanks. Hey, thanks for asking me.
Good point.
So, and then
the
this
first
person,
question,
that
doesn't even look like a flip phone. Yeah.
somebody else said, "Zoom the crap in, and you'll see a camera, not a flip phone." People say that's not a flip phone; it's an old classic camera. So it's interesting. Again, who follows these pages? Is these people who will be like, I believe, and then these other people are like, nah, you're an idiot. So it's like, but then why are you here?
Some of the funny stuff is this kid here that commented, yes, and Photoshop exists too, but it's like, no, I don't even think it's Photoshop, buddy. That's just
that's just an
old camera, but it's
Right.
like, God damn it, now we have to argue about how this isn't even a fucking real thing.
Yeah. Yeah. This guy says, that is not flip phone, that is handheld camera. The top portion is the flash. Nice try.
Yeah.
Thanks, pal. You really did it for us. Now we know the truth. Thank you. Okay.
That one, I mean, I love that. I mean, so they're just not even trying that hard,
No.
right?
Do you want to read this one?
Every other one? That's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah.
There's a conspiracy that werewolves exist, but they're an experiment that went wrong. Werewolves are hybrids between humans and dogs. Yeah, that's the whole conceit of werewolves. And that they were supposed to be super soldiers. But they all escaped and must have either died or been hunted down. Okay, so they don't exist then.
Right.
Right?
This is interesting.
If they're all dead or hunted down, they don't exist. And then the description is debunked. Werewolves have been around in folklore, legends, and urban myths way before lab experiments were a thing.
Which is what I was going to say. So good of him to bring that up. Because I was going to say, how could this... But it's... Jesus Christ. But also it's like, then why post this? I don't know. It's just...
Listen, you got to get that content out there sometimes, Jose.
I guess, which is why we're doing this episode. So I guess. I don't know. It's weird, right?
I don't know. That one's super dumb. I don't know, because you can't even talk about these a lot, because all it is just making a statement, just saying a sentence,
right?
And then being like, fucking,
I think
I
at
don't
the
know,
end,
figure it out.
At the end, we should each come up with a conspiracy for these conspiracy pages,
Oh, yeah,
and then I'll make
great.
them and post them on the Captain's Log thing.
I've already got one.
I'll add a
I've already
shitty
got
picture
mine.
of something and then do the text just like this with a fucking watermark across it.
I'm writing mine down right
Okay.
now.
This next one, we've switched over to a different conspiracy page, right? This comes from CO Theories or Co Theories. And it says, and this ties back to one we've already read, but it's slightly different. In the 16th century, famed French astrologer Nostradamus predicted that there would be a zombie apocalypse in 2021. The CDC is giving advice on how to prepare just in case. And it's got this image of a zombie ghoul looking girl peeking over something, and in these zombie movie style letters it says, get a kit, make a plan, be prepared, and then it's got the CDC logo slapped on the bottom.
Yeah, like the CD, like it's like they're presenting it like it's a graphic that the CDC made and put out on a news article or something.
Which I don't know if this was maybe like if the CDC did this for April Fools or something, or if this is...
I highly doubt
it has to have been made as a joke, but I don't know if this is a legitimate thing, right?
It's too shitty for a CDC joke. Like
Right.
it's so poorly done.
And then the description says, what would you do if this happened? And it's got the little like looking eyes emoji.
It doesn't. Oh God.
And then top comment says, it's the vaccine.
Oh, God.
So right away, this guy's here. Funny how we never thought of a situation like this unless the idea of zombies was introduced. All right, Mr. Introspective.
Wait, no, hold on.
What are you talking about?
Was a situation like what without zombies?
Exactly.
A situation about zombies without zombies? What the fuck is he talking about?
This next person says it wouldn't last 4 days because maggots and stuff, which I like to think of as the name of a restaurant, Maggots and Stuff.
Yeah,
for like a zombie themed restaurant.
I don't think that's. I don't know how I got on the side of the zombie page now, but like I don't think that's accurate either.
And then, here we go. Another anti-masker and anti-vax person says they're driving around by themselves with the windows up and masks. Cool. I don't know who is them, the zombies, the CDC, Nostradamus. I don't know who he's talking about here.
Yeah.
This next person says, I predict I'm going to have a 20-inch horse cock by 2024. The prediction is as legit as this one.
I just don't. This is dumb. I mean, what the fuck?
Oh, here we go.
This one's good.
Yes.
Zombies everywhere these days, already dragging their feet and wearing masks. Brainless goofs.
Yes, you got him.
Honestly.
Suck it, libtards.
Honestly.
America.
Brainless goofs is a pretty good insight.
Very good. Oh, this next person
Brainless
says,
goofs.
vaccine turning people into zombies. And it's got 3 gasping emojis. I won't survive, but my son has been preparing for years. I don't know what that means. Does she mean she's not vaccinating her kid? Is that what she means?
It's so weird that this is what these people have ruined. They've ruined conspiracy theories. They fucking just took them, and now everything's about this fucking pandemic. No. Damn it. God damn it.
It is so insane. How much people fight against this vaccine. When I'm like, we get them for 1,000 other things, but this is the one. Like, this is the one.
Alienating people who want to have fun with your bullshit. Okay? I just want to think about what if the government, I don't know. It's like there are plenty of real-life conspiracy theories about how the government has completely done massively terrible shit. And that's true. You know what I mean?
I mean, we had an episode of Captain's Log, episode 10, where we talked about government cover-ups, and we talked about, like, the Tuskegee experiments.
And the MK
Ultra we also talked about. Like, those are real things, and that's understandable. But this situation that we're in is clearly not that.
I'll worry about zombies when they come. And also, I didn't even get to the actual point of the CDC is not giving advice on how to prepare for a zombie apocalypse. I'm sure they have societal breakdown things, but let's move on.
Yeah.
Let's just move on.
All right, here we go. Next one. You want to read this one?
This was Li Qingyuan, a Chinese herbalist and martial artist who was known for his supposed extreme longevity. He passed away in 1933. He claimed that he was born in 1736, while some records suggest 1677, implying an age at the time of his death of either 197 or 256 years. Both far exceed the highest verified ages of records. And then they ask, do you think this is plausible? And it's a black and white picture of an old man, and then another that looks like a modern day picture of like an extremely, possibly a corpse almost, if they're so old. But,
and I also saw this one on another conspiracy page, and that one claimed that it was written about in a New York Times article, and I didn't really do research on any of these because I just was like, let's just read them for the fun. But also, I just assumed that almost all of these are fake, right? I just think we would have heard about this one, right? And also, there's no evidence that the people pictured in these are that person.
Or even the same person. It could just be 2 separate pictures of people.
One of the top comments here is Prince Philip's enemy.
I didn't know that 1933 had cameras in that high resolution.
Somebody said Queen Elizabeth be like finally a worthy opponent.
Source. Trust me, bro. Yeah, so this is just also dumb. This is my favorite comment for all of them of all time is just no.
Yeah, no.
It just says no.
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 No. No. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next one. So, this one says, and it's got this picture of what looks like a dried up monkey corpse. And it says, these are remains of a strange creature found on a farm in Texas in April 2014. Scientists have been unable to determine what it is, but claim it must be a mutant, evolved species. Many believe that these are remains of the infamous chupacabra. And then the description says, what do you think it is, with like the embarrassed face, like the blushing and eyes wide face?
It looks like a monkey.
It's a monkey. It's clearly a mummified, shriveled up monkey.
Well, do monkeys have sharp fangs though?
Yeah,
they do. I don't know.
Yeah, not all of them, but some
Chimps
do.
Don't.
Not chimps, but chimps aren't monkeys; those are apes.
Man, I don't really honestly know a lot about.
Yeah, you fucking
ape
idiot.
Biology.
But a baboon or a mandrill will have those fangs. Yeah.
I like the comment that says, "Fuck, that's my missing dog."
Somebody just commented monkey, but it's like the monkey without the Y.
Yeah.
Someone says it's a raccoon.
Either a monkey or completely fake.
It's the animal left there by the strangers Stranger Things cast. I don't know what that means.
It's just a monkey. It's just
It's
a monkey.
I thought of Demogorgons from Stranger Things. Those don't
Doesn't
even
look anything like it.
Anything
Those have
like
weird
that.
flower vagina mouths.
Right.
This just has teeth.
There's just a Jesus Christ.
That was your dog.
The pod dog got up and it scared me. Yeah. Zuko. He must have heard something. It's pod dog.
Pod dog.
All right, moving on. You want to read this one?
In 2006, a senior man began to gain the trust of a Belgian bank by bringing the employees chocolates. Eventually, they decided to give him a VIP access to the bank's vault. This is fucking stupid. The following year, he stole $28 million worth of diamonds and vanished. And then it says, how does this happen?
And it's got the crying emoji.
Just move on. I don't even want to talk. This one's not even a fucking thing, Jose. What the fuck are we doing? This is fucking so stupid. What the fuck did you put this one on the list for? What is this? What the fuck?
Yeah, man. An old man stole $28 million worth of diamonds by bringing chocolate to the bank employees.
Do they even keep diamonds in banks in general?
Sure.
I don't think they do.
Sure.
I don't think so. I don't think diamonds are normally kept in banks.
Mason, Co-Theories is saying that this happened. If they are saying this, then it happened. I don't understand why you're so confused.
So these comments are blowing me away too, because one of them just says it's chocolate.
I don't know what that means. If the diamonds are chocolate, the person,
But better than that is the one below that goes, ugh, this page really blows now.
And it's got 2 waving emojis.
Yes. Good. This one was so fucking stupid. That's not a conspiracy theory. It's a short story. It's just a fictional story you wrote in 2 sentences and then claimed it was a real story.
Yeah.
Where was the bank in Belgium? Where did we not hear about this? No, where in Belgium? No.
By the other banks.
God, I'm gonna
bank district.
I'm gonna crawl through the screen and screen and slap you. I swear to God.
All right, moving on. This
God.
next one, and this one cracks me up because it's flagged with the partially false information reviewed by independent fact checkers. So somebody must have reported this post, and then Instagram slapped it with this.
And Instagram did the least amount of work possible to
didn't even take it down
within legal limits to let
didn't
people
take
know.
it down. They just were like, oh hey, this might not be true. So this says Dasani is considered by many to be the worst bottled water on the market because it contains potassium chloride. This is the same chemical that is administered to death row inmates during a lethal injection and causes cardiac arrest and death within a minute. Extended exposure to this may lead to weakened bones and cardiac arrest. And then the caption says, how do y'all feel about this? But this is what is so dangerous about these pages, right? Is we have fun with them or whatever, but this is what is potentially dangerous, is that someone will read this and think this is true, right? And I guess it's only dangerous because Dasani's sales go down. But it's dangerous because now people are out there believing this. Misinformation regardless is bad, right?
So just to clear this up, a quick Google search of the term potassium chloride is a metal halide salt composed of potassium and chlorine. It is odorless and white. Virtuous crystal appearances. Solid dissolves rapidly in water. Solutions have salt-like in taste. What is potassium chloride used for? You may ask. Ask, Jose. Ask me what potassium chloride is used for.
What's it used for, Mason?
To treat low blood levels of potassium. It's just
but that's
fucking
what I'm
potassium.
saying, is that someone will read this and not have the brain capacity to, okay, that was mean. Will not have the push to actually go and do the research themselves, and will post something like this and then it spreads. We have someone that we both know, and I'll blur their name out, right? He constantly will read things like this, and then I'll see him reposting it. And I'm like, all it takes is one Google, and it's not true, right?
Yes.
But
So
they'll
it
build their
doesn't-
whole fucking personalities around it.
Yeah, for those of you who are curious, it's literally just a way of delivering potassium in a liquid form, and it says that for healthy individuals, potassium chloride isn't harmful, and it's literally only harmful if you're overdosing on potassium.
Right, and that's the second comment here that says the same thing. They say exactly what Mason said. So
Yes.
props to that person for being like, hey, this is bullshit.
So, I don't know for sure whether it's in what the whatever they inject into you lethally. Probably is. Probably, because there's a lot of chemicals in everything. Like, have you ever seen a chemical breakdown of a fucking apple?
Right,
It's
yeah.
like fucking
right.
a bunch of shit, but
Right.
it's an apple. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All things are just made up of a bunch of fucking chemicals.
And of course,
when
they
you
can be
say-
dangerous when you consume them in high amounts.
And
like,
when you say their scientific name, it's gonna sound
Right.
scary. But not everything is.
yeah.
God damn it, Jose.
Right.
You angered up my blood for this one.
I didn't make this.
For you trapped me. You know me well enough to know that showing me this was gonna make me angry, and you did it anyway.
Yes, I did. Moving on. Will you read this one?
China reportedly has plans to rapidly expand its experimental weather modification program to cover an area of around 2.1 square miles. According to a statement from the State Council, don't ask which one, China will have a developed weather modification system by 2025.
Doubtful that any
I
of
don't-
that was real. You know?
What the fuck does that even mean? They're doing the thing again where, like, I believe that even if they called it the weather modification thing, that doesn't mean, like, everybody thinks, like, oh, that means that, like, they're gonna be able to, like, create tornadoes out of nothing and change the weather, but it's like, no, that isn't what that means. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that could mean anything.
That could mean that they just make it rain over places that need rain.
It probably doesn't even mean that.
No,
It
right,
means
yeah.
that they're like, I don't know. It means that, like, well, basically what happens is if we shoot a gas up into the air, then 16 years later,
Right.
we'll have a higher percentage of rain in this area than we did the last 15 years. And it's like,
Right.
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
Fuck China. Jesus Christ. That was one of the comments. That was
Yeah.
not my opinion. China, stay trying to kill us. No,
Right.
fuck.
And of course, a post like this will open up the door to all those racists who are like,
Just gotta punch. I gotta punch this anger out, Jose. God damn it.
okay, next one. This one cracks me up, and I'll tell you why. So this is still Co-Theories, and it says, a UFO was spotted above a freeway on the outskirts of Los Angeles last Saturday. An eyewitness shot this photo while heading south on the 101 freeway, just outside of Thousand Oaks. She claims she saw this object hovering in the sky, flying in the same direction she was heading, with a group of lights trailing behind it. And then the image appears to be from TMZ, with a giant red fucking arrow pointing at this object in the sky, which
Right.
I agree with the top comment that just says the Millennium Falcon, because when you zoom in, it does look like the Millennium Falcon.
Oh my god, it's even got the little split at the
Right.
one
So
side.
you see the little
and
split there and the little captain's
yeah,
chair?
Where they sit, yes.
I'm like, this is clearly photoshopped, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll be honest, this was a very good Photoshop.
Right,
What
yeah.
year was this?
This is 20 weeks ago, so and it says that
Okay,
this was
well then it's obviously unless
Saturday.
she has a fucking flip phone.
right,
That's not. It's a terrible. I mean, iPhones take better pictures than that.
right.
It's Jesus.
It's somebody
That's a funny
says it's
comment.
Jesus. Somebody says
It's
LOL,
Joe-
it's
LOL,
Joe,
it's Joe.
which I'm assuming leads to a Joe Mama joke. Do people really care about this stuff anymore? If extraterrestrials
it in
show up,
the
are we really
rice.
going to be that shocked at this point? Put it in rice. If you look carefully, that's the reflection of a speedometer. No, I don't think so.
It's in a weird place for that, but it does
right.
kind of look like the reflection of a speedometer. He's
Yeah.
not entirely wrong.
Anyway,
Yeah, fun times.
fun stuff.
This is what I thought this episode was gonna be, Jose. Is shit like this where it's like, here's a picture of an alien, is it? And I'd be like, I don't know, maybe let's have fun. Instead,
That's
you're
not
like,
what these pages are, Mason. These
why don't we
pages
talk
are
about-
just
Why don't we talk about xenophobic dog whistles for fucking an hour? God damn it.
That's what they are.
Yes, Jesus Christ.
So, we've moved on to the one that I took a lot from. This was this page gave me so much. Conspirious. Do you wanna read this one?
There is a theory that claims oxygen is a drug which makes us see a dazed version of the world, and real drugs are illegal because they show us the real world.
Right, and I understand that last part. A lot of people who do psychedelics will tell you it opens up your mind to the other whatever.
I mean,
and I don't know,
maybe I think it does help you see other perspectives. But
right,
it doesn't.
But the idea that
this stupid shit
that smoking weed is showing you the real world.
I mean,
the real world is just the fucking munchies.
But also, what about the countries where weed is legal at?
Right.
Or the states that weed is now legal in.
Also, I like the idea that it's oxygen. So this is gonna. So people are you got to stop fucking breathing to see the real world.
Well, also, it's but God, there's so many layers of dumbassery in this claim, because it's are they positing that it's a natural drug that but no, they're obviously not, because if drugs are illegal, that means that someone is controlling us.
Yeah, the government, Big Brother, the New World Order.
That is a drug, this drug oxygen.
Droxygen.
Into the entire world?
Yeah, they're using that China weather machine or whatever.
Oh, God damn it. Okay, that's fucking dumb. I love how the hashtags are on this are all about, horror.
Yeah.
This is a horror fact.
One of these is just Shane Dawson. one of the hashtags
Shane Dawson. Anyway.
One of the other hashtags just says Pennywise. So
and Stranger Things.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know. It's just a picture of clouds with the sun behind it, and it has O2 written on it. Oh, man.
Good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff indeed. Absolutely.
So, sorry, this one just fucking cracks me up. This is a picture of a young girl in probably, I don't know, the 90s or 80s, or maybe even just early 2000s with a really shitty camera.
It is
in her living room,
sometimes.
and there's this clearly modified, almost ghost. It's supposed to be a ghost that's sitting in front of her, right?
It just looked like a regular lens flare you'd see on an old camera.
It also looks, and we'll get into it in the comments, but it also kind of looks like they were smoking, and the smoke is floating in front of the lens.
I was thinking it looks like when you take a picture, with your flash on of a picture. You know how the pictures have those glossy, developed pictures have that glossy thing, and then it shines and reflects off of it. It kind of looks like that.
So it says, a man took this photo of his young daughter playing in their living room. The resulting image shows a ghostly, crawling form of light, energy in front of her. And then one of my favorite comment says, that ghost looks like his sniffing cocaine. And they've spelled cocaine wrong, but it does kind of look like that ghost is taking a hit of cocaine.
I like the one that says, or the picture just got spoiled.
They didn't put it in the fridge. And then somebody here says they holding a lit cigarette while taking the pic. And then another one that says, source, trust me, bro. It's just I cracked me up because seeing it looks like the ghost just tripped and it's trying to crawl out of the way of the picture, look.
Oh no!
Or it also kind of looks like it's two ghosts fucking. This could be the top one, and there's a bent over ghost in front of it.
I do see that.
So two ghosts just fucking in front of this poor little girl.
God.
Anyway, all right, next one.
Jesus. Fuck off. Boyd Bushman passed away in 2014, but before his death, he recorded himself giving his quote-unquote deathbed confession, in which he held up old photos of what he claims are actual aliens. He described them as long-fingered and very friendly. He goes on to explain His job at Area 51, his role was to reverse engineer alien saucers. And he's holding up a picture of a very penis-headed alien that looks like a
It got the
doll.
shit beat out of it too, because it's got huge
Yeah,
black
like
eyes,
black
like not
eyes.
just regular big eyes, but like if somebody punched the fuck out of their eyes.
It just looks like a doll.
It clearly looks like
And-
a puppet.
Yeah. God, what?
Um,
Fuck? This is.
And then someone
I'm looking at
says, it looks like a hyper-realistic plushie.
Yep.
Someone said his Wikipedia page is also deleted. Somebody says, wouldn't he be like assassinated by the federal government or something?
I mean. Okay, so to his credit, the pictures are from they're from a thing. Boyd Bushman was a real person.
Right.
I'm on Snopes right now.
Okay.
And it's rating this claim as the claim. Former Lockheed Martin engineer Boyd Bushman provided evidence of human contact with alien just before his death in August of 2014 as false.
Right.
So I'll look up why, but the sole evidence Bushman presented to support this tale of visitations were just the photographs he holds up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, gained traction on the internet as an alien. Did Boyd Bushman prankishly decide to have everyone over, or to have one over on everyone as he departed his earthly life? Was he seeking, yeah, I don't know. I mean, they don't really say, I guess, why for sure he did it, but it says it's okay,
clearly
here,
not
so,
real.
Okay, so basically all he did was say, it doesn't matter who I am or what my experience is or what picture I show, what I need to show, how to do it, just saying something doesn't make it so. So he just said it. He did the thing they all do where he just said a
Right.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Fun stuff, I think.
Yeah, I mean, these are fun. I've gotten less angry as we've gone. This has been nice.
Good,
These last
good,
few have been
good.
good.
This next one says, Joe Metheny, also known as the Cannibal,
Metheny is funny.
yeah, would mix the flesh of some of his victims with animal meat. He then would sell it as burgers at his food stand. This one might, I don't know, I've never heard of Joe Metheny. Do you want to look it up, Mason?
Yeah, I'm going to look this one up too.
But it's got this picture of this big man, and he's going like, "Wah!" He's got his arms at his side, and he's like
looks
screaming.
like a fun guy to hang out
And then it's got like a sloppy Joe or a pulled pork sandwich next to him, which looks yummy, actually. I will say that.
So he's a real killer from Baltimore, Maryland, who said that he murdered and killed up to 13 people, but there was only sufficient evidence for 2. They do call him the Cannibal, I guess. I'm trying to find an actual website that I trust. I'm gonna go with Wikipedia because that's the most trusting one. Metheny murdered Kathy Ann Magenzer in 1994, a 39-year-old woman who had been convicted for prostitution, and buried her body in a shallow grave on the site of the factory where he worked. The body remained there for more than 2 years. He later said that he strangled her and then dug up her skeleton 6 months later, put her head in a box, and threw it in the trash. Sounds crazy.
Crazy stuff.
Also killed a woman by stabbing her with a knife. Rita Kemper. Attempted rape.
Horrible guy, then.
He's not. He's a fucking piece of shit.
But
I'm
did
not
he eat
seeing-
people?
I'm trying to find that. I did not.
So then this is BS.
His victims were okay. Yeah.
Regardless.
I mean, they called him the Cannibal, but I don't.
Regardless,
see...
though, this is that perfect thing where we were talking about. Well, they'll present something, and you're like, okay, but what else? You know? And it's not like you can't really use the argument of, well, it's a short form media, because they allow you to have up to 10 pictures in an Instagram post. So you could have clearly explained and gone on more. I just feel like if you're going to put information out there, back it up, you know?
Yeah, I don't see anything that says he even worked at a restaurant. I don't. Let me go. There was other. Apparently, it does say he did. Investigation Discovery says that he did have a barbecue stand.
Oh. Then maybe he did.
Oh, okay. So this is Investigation Discovery's the headline that says serial killer Joe the Cannibal Metheny served human burgers at his barbecue stand, dead in cell. So
Wow.
I does kind of sound like that may be true.
Okay.
The massively obese Baltimore resident had beaten the rap for killing 2 homeless men with an axe. He had, however, been he'd been committed of killing 2 prostitutes. That is a real picture of him. Ultimately, Joe Methy confessed to an array of transgressions that included eating and grinding up victims of body parts and mixing them with the barbecue beef. So, okay, so he said that he did that, but there was, it doesn't look like there was any actual evidence of him doing it. So, he did confess to it, though. So, honestly, this one actually is going to get as much. God, he lost a lot of weight in prison. Holy shit.
Well, he wasn't eating people anymore.
Well, that's true. So, honestly, to this one's credit, this one is as real as they're going to get, I think.
Right.
Like, this one has legitimate evidence to it.
Right.
So, good on you, mate.
All right, moving on.
Astronauts on the Apollo 10 command module heard weird music, quote-unquote, weird music above the far side of the moon. Transcripts, of the tapes were released by NASA in 2008, showing the astronauts talking about, quote-unquote, outer space music. The sound lasted for an hour, and the astronauts debated if they should tell NASA controllers about the experience.
Outer space music.
Why would they have a debate about that?
That's what it sounds like. It's alien rock.
What astronaut wouldn't immediately be like, Houston, we can
hey,
hear
NASA,
music.
we can hear Pink Floyd on the Dark Side of the Moon. You get that? Was that good?
Oh, yeah. They're comfortably numb.
Yeah.
I'm going to do... You go ahead and talk. I'm going to do a little research on this.
It's just, even if it is a reported thing... I'm
going to point out that when you type in Apollo 10 poop comes up.
The thing is, Apollo 10 never made it on the moon. So this is the command module, Apollo 10 command module. Because it was Apollo 11 that was the first mission to make it to the moon. Did Apollo 10 make it to space?
It says, apparently, so according to space.com, the headline is, Music Heard by the Apollo 10 Astronauts at the Moon, Not from Aliens. So it does sound like they did hear some music. Hear alien music from 1969. Despite what you may have heard on social media this week, or from the trailer of certain TV show, the answer is no. It's true that the Apollo 10 astronauts heard strange whistling sounds. At the time, they described it as outer space type music, but the simple non-alien explanation for what the crew members were hearing has been public knowledge since the 1970s. In the audio recordings, they talk about it. It's weird. Okay, they're moving on. Okay, they won't just tell me what it was. NASA's okay. It's true the astronauts sound genuinely odd, puzzled, but what they heard bring up multiple times, but at no point was the audio and transcripts does the incident seem to raise alarm in the 3 men. Okay, we got it. Just fucking tell me what the fuck they heard. Fuck me. It was interesting.
This person says, while you're finding that, this person says, imagine being alone in space, thousands of miles away from anyone, and then suddenly John Cena's intro music begins to play in the distance. I do like that. You know?
I do like that,
yeah.
Okay, so this is the documentary. So apparently this is from a documentary. Also puts particular emphasis on the fact that the whistling occurred while the astronauts were on the far side of the moon, where they lost radio and visual contact with mission control for about an hour, which is expected. In an ominous voice, once again backed by music appropriate for a horror movie, the narrator says, during this hour the astronauts were on their own. No one on Earth could see or hear them. This works well to increase the anxiety-ridden atmosphere being created by the show, but the narrator never explains why the astronauts' isolation might be a significant factor in any possible theories about where the sound was coming from.
So this person in the comments says that NASA actually has published this called Sounds of Space. It's an album that they actually have on Spotify.
Yes,
So
and
let's
if
look
you
it up.
Google the Apollo 10 music, I was actually going to play it after this, but you can, go ahead and pull it up. Apollo 15 astronaut Al Worden, who doesn't agree with the radio theory, the narrator says in the documentary. Worden says, "Logic tells me that if there was something recorded on there would be something there." And ultimately, the narrator states, "To date, the origin noises mentioned on the Apollo 10 recordings remains a mystery. Aside from what? So what? Okay,
Did you
do
find
these
it then?
Things
the
sometimes.
Apollo thing?
Yes. Yes. I can
Okay,
play
go
it.
ahead and play it.
Yeah, hold on.
You want some more brownies? Now. Push the visual home. That music even sounds outer spacey, doesn't it? You hear that? That whistling sound? Yeah. Hey, it's your... Yeah, it sounds like, outer space type music. Hey, Tom, is your insulation all burned off here on the front side of your window over here? Right? Yeah. Mine's all burned off. And out here, where are you, John? You might get thirsty in the future, Gino. Someone will fix you some grape juice. Okay?
We're talking about grape juice.
Well, it just sounds like it's just some humming or some whistle.
Well, yeah. I'm gonna skip forward on this. They don't seem overly concerned about it.
Right. I just like that this post implies that perhaps it was an alien who had pulled up and was blaring music. Like,
yes. It also makes it sound like they were like, "Oh shit, there's music," and they say they debated about telling NASA about it as if it was something so shakingly important. But the reason they debated about telling NASA about it is because it was so unimportant and non-eventful.
Yeah. So, all right. Next one then.
Yep.
So, this one says, there is a conspiracy that the term mental illness is actually made up.
I'm just going to jump in here and say every single word's made up.
Every word is made up, buddy. And that people with mental disorders actually see the world how it really is. And then, the cherry on top of this shit cake, it's a picture of 2019's Joker with Joaquin Phoenix having his laughing fit whilst on the bus. This person clearly saw Joker and was like,
he gets it.
Society. You know?
I don't. What are we fucking
What does
doing?
this mean, man?
What? Who? Everybody wants this to. Is that it? Is it just everybody wants this to not be it, right? We don't want to have to wallow.
Which
in
is understandable,
but garbage. And then just die for nothing. But that's what happens, guys.
But it's just and that's the make it worth it in the middle there. But
do the things for you,
right?
Though.
But
we're not living. You're not fucking.
No one's forcing
Schwarzenegger in Total Recall,
right?
So where you're gonna save a fucking planet of shit that they're trapped and you're the only one who's not. We're just fucking around and dying.
Right. But I just like that. I don't know. It's just. I don't know. I feel like it's more hurtful towards because it's almost like romanticizing mental illness.
It very much is.
It's just
It's guys.
I don't think it is
1,000% better to be healthy.
Yes.
It's
look,
so,
as someone who struggles with certain mental illnesses, I'll just say it's not fun to. Don't romanticize mental illness. It's not fun to be depressed or have anxiety and.
Who went through a bad thing and has actually been doing really well right now is so much fucking better to be doing well. It's crazy how much better it is to not be mentally ill.
Yeah, it's just
Dude,
it's
oh
not
my
fun.
God.
It's not fun, and it's stop. Yeah, Yeah.
Yes, and this is just a thing that people with mental illness see, and they're like, "Oh, I'm special. I don't need to get treatment because I just see the world how it is." And
Right.
it's like, no,
and that's hurtful.
you don't.
Yeah.
It's not. That's
And then
very
also people who
hurtful.
don't have mental illness see it and be like, well, I wish I had that so that I could see
Well,
them,
and so
or
this is
whatever.
a really telling comment too. That just in all caps says "totally agree," as in they know that this isn't a fact, but they're
Right.
they're choosing to treat
Right,
it as one.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's just like fuck.
Yeah.
That's just that's just shitty. I'm mad again.
Yeah. Moving on.
Yeah.
All right.
Many believe there is a quote unquote book of secrets that holds the answers to some of the biggest conspiracy theories. From who
Yeah, it's
killed
called the
President-
captain's log. It's us.
From who killed President Kennedy? What is actually at Area 51 to the moon landing hoax? The book is said to be in control of the reigning president.
It's called National Treasure 2. It's literally called National Treasure 2, The Book of Secrets. This is literally from a scene in National Treasure 2.
I just love how these people who were so smart to get away with all of these high-level conspiracy theories, and their thought was, well, we should probably write this all down in one book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We should probably have written evidence that
We should have
fucked
incriminating
everything up.
evidence
You know what I
that
mean?
we
Yes.
did bad shit.
But why? Oh, just for other people to
Just
know.
so the president
just in
can
case.
know. But what if the
Yeah.
president decides to put that out there?
Well,
Shut the fuck up, they won't.
yeah,
Why
right.
would they do that?
Well, because you say that, and then these people are gonna be like, well, because they're part of it, and everything's
Yeah,
part of
yeah.
it, and they know. So, but it's like, but if they're part of it, then why do they need the fucking book? Wouldn't they just know it?
Wouldn't they just know? And I won't even show the comment section for this one because it's all just
Hold on, no, I did want to see
Okay.
the first one,
All
but
right.
we can cut it out if it's bad.
it's all just
Yeah, okay, let's stop. Let's just move on. Let's just go. I'm already mad, Jose. Stop scrolling. I'm getting mad. I'm reading them.
Yeah.
Transparent. Move, Jose. Scroll the fucking picture. I don't want to be on here anymore.
All right, next one says there is a theory that humans have far more than just 5 senses. Some believe that the strange feeling you get when someone is staring at you is one of our additional senses. Now, this one is actually kind of fun. I will say
Okay,
that.
I will actually. Yeah,
This
that's a
one
good
is actually
point.
kind of fun. I've always really liked this idea that we can perceive that, right? Because there's a weird coincidence, if anything. But yeah,
It
sometimes
happens a lot
someone
to
will be
everybody.
staring at you, and you're like, before they say anything, you immediately are like, oh hey, you know what I mean? It's I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it can be described by airwaves or something or what it is, but
say that it's a mixture of a lot of your normal senses. It's not a nuisance, but it's just like, your peripheral tells you, oh, there's someone there, right? And then I don't know, maybe I don't know.
But
This
yeah,
one's an interesting one. I like
one of
this
my
one.
there's a whole episode of Doctor Who kind of devoted to this idea of like the hairs on your neck standing up or whatever, like all that just like warning you of something in the back, and that was like one of my favorite concepts or whatever. But yeah, so I like this one. I think
Yeah,
this is
that's
kind of
an
fun.
interesting-
It's
that's fun,
let's see,
yeah.
people say, of course we have more, just can't
Mm-hmm.
tap into the rest of them. Intuition is definitely a sixth sense. Seeing spirits or talking to them. I guess it also
Mm-hmm.
depends on your beliefs or own experiences. Oh, I am just now putting together the sixth sense, and I'm just now realizing what that means. You know what I mean? Like
I'm
in
sorry,
the movie
you're-
The Sixth Sense.
Yeah, it's seeing dead people.
Yeah, I get that now.
That was the sixth
I get
sense.
that.
He has 5. The sixth one was seeing dead people.
Someone says that Spidey sense.
I do like
Yes.
that. Oh, this one's fun. The sixth sense is your ability to perceive your body in space. Lots more than 5, but having someone stare at you is observational sensory. That's seeing.
Yeah, I was
That's
gonna
the-
say
that's one of the
observational
5
sensory
ones.
is seeing.
I just spoke about that sensory experience is from a group consciousness. I've heard of group consciousness before. That's kind of an interesting one. I don't know how much I believe in it, but it's pretty interesting. I mean, there's definitely a shared
Right.
there's a shared thing that all humans have.
I think so, yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't think it comes from. I think it comes from the human experience. I
Right.
don't know if we all share a well of knowledge. but
No.
we're not like the
This
Avatar.
person says, "Bro, we have 21 senses." No further explanation. I like that. Yes, this is true. However, the 5 senses are just the main ones.
I don't know about that.
Okay. Here we go. Long comment here.
Oh God, yeah. But that one was
jeez.
interesting because it was saying that there was a study done But he also just says, I can't remember where, but it's probably easy to look up, where they put a person behind a lot of people, and sometimes the person would be looking and sometimes not, and the people had to guess if they were staring or not, and they were about 50-50 on it. So, and I mean, like, to be fair, I stare at people through my fucking apartment window all the time, like, constantly. I'm not even doing a bit. Like, I stare at people all the fucking time, and they don't almost never look up at me.
Yeah.
So, I think it's just I think you have to know there's a person around you, right? Before...
I guess. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Because if you don't know if you don't know that there's someone around you anyway, you don't even feel that paranoia normally. I don't know. I could be wrong. I
was gonna say the only times I feel that is in situations where I'm like, there could be a person here. I go hiking in the woods.
Bus.
Yeah, like you go camping or something. Like people could be out in the woods. So
and
that's why.
Just like kind of fear. That's like your brain being like.
But yeah,
I stay in the area for
I'm
danger
thinking back.
before
Like
you do anything.
when I lived on my own, I didn't feel that. I didn't feel like, oh my god, someone's here. But when I live with my family and there's people in the house, I'm like, who's what?
Seriously stare at people all the time. They never look at me. Never.
All right, Mason.
This guy fucked a dolphin, right?
That's it's a girl with short hair.
I'm sorry. This woman fucked a dolphin, right?
Why don't you read it?
So, in the 1960s, a dolphin named Peter fell in love with a human. He died of a broken heart a few weeks later when the relationship didn't work.
So,
I'm sorry. But what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck, Jose?
It's just like why is this here? Why is this on this conspiracy page? You know,
I don't even
on
know.
this spooky facts, horror facts.
Mean it fell
what
in
is
love
it?
with
okay. So this person has an explanation here, right? And I'm assuming I'm going to blur out all the names of the people who weren't the main page. But this person here says, it was a NASA-funded experiment to teach dolphins to speak, LMAO, but Peter didn't care much and kept humping the instructor, Margaret, lightly due to his urges. They initially let him off with the females to LDT him I think they meant to let him satisfy his urges. But that took a lot of effort, so Margaret decided to take things into her own hands, pun intended. Authorities noticed this and canceled the research and experiments going on. Peter the dolphin was separated from Margaret, and he started getting sexually frustrated. Then he committed suicide to end his own frustration. I feel bad for Peter. And then the next comment is, what in the Little Mermaid? Except
this woman
it's not that weird.
Dolphin?
It's not that weird because have you ever seen the documentary Blackfish? They talk about how when they get sperm from the killer whales, they jerk them off, basically.
Well, I understand to jerk off a thing when you're breathing it. Like, but my brother worked at an artificial insemination for hogs, and they had to jerk the pigs off. That makes sense. They just used like Casey's cups with a koozie on it. Okay, that makes sense. I understand jerking off things for breeding purposes. But this woman, I don't know if he ever actually did the jerking off. We'll have to have him on and talk about it one of these days. But,
Captain's log, jerking off pig.
Jerking off pigs. Jerking off hogs. But this woman was a scientist that was like, I'll just jerk off this dolphin? No.
I'm looking at
Margaret.
Peter the Dolphin death. The dolphin who loved me. The NASA-funded project that went wrong. This is from The Guardian.
Holy
shit.
It's the
same
so
picture.
Is just
so this is real. It's the same picture, and it says in the 1960s, Margaret Lovett was part of a NASA-funded project to communicate with dolphins. Soon she was living with Peter 24 hours a day in a converted house. Wow, okay.
What fucking shit was NASA doing in the 60s?
Wow.
Listen.
I'm trying to get to the part about him dying. Let's see.
Why did she jerk off the dolphin? This is why you don't have sex with your roommates. It makes things bad.
It does, yeah. She says there were 3 dolphins, remembered Lovett. Peter, Pamela, and Sissy. Sissy was the biggest. Pushy, loud, she sort of ran the show. Pamela was very shy and fearful, and Peter was a young guy. He was sexually coming of age and a bit naughty.
I hate this woman and the way she talks about these dolphins.
Where does it get to the fucking her jerking
Can
him
you
off?
imagine this story was probably written when she was an old lady too? So she was just like, oh, the dolphins were randy, and I just thought I could take care of it myself. And then NASA had to come in and be like, Margaret, stop jerking off the fucking dolphins.
Oh, come on, where is it? Oh my God, they take forever to. It's one of the. It's a well written piece where it takes all the setup, and I'll include it in the notes. Okay, here we go. By the summer of 1965, Lovett's domestic dolphinarium was ready for use. Lying in bed surrounded by water that first night and listening to the pumps gurgling away, she remembers questioning what she was doing. Human people were out there having dinner or whatever, and here I am. There's moonlight reflecting on the water, this fin, this bright eye looking at you, and I thought, wow, why am I here? But then you get back into it, and it never occurred to me not to do it. What I was doing there was trying to find out what Peter was doing there and what we could do together. That was the whole point, and nobody had done that.
I'm sorry, they're not. She's talking about teaching them to talk, right?
Yeah.
Because that was awfully written like she was trying to fuck that dolphin. Like, oh, Peter, what are we doing?
Wow, and I wonder if they ever actually got them to talk. It seems like they really were trying.
You're awestruck, but it sounds like this woman was trying to fuck a dolphin, Jose.
Here we go.
I don't like how blasé you are about it.
She says, for Lovett, though, it wasn't these formal speech lessons that were the most productive. It was just being together, which taught her the most about what made Peter tick. When we had nothing to do was when we did the most, she reflects. He was no, hang on. She was very, very interested. He was very, very interested in my anatomy. If I was sitting here and my legs were in the water, he would come up and look at the back of my knee for a long time. Hey, you want out? Let me let him out. He wants out.
You're gonna do this right in the middle of the dolphin
sorry.
fight?
All right.
I hate this.
I just want to get to see how he died.
I get it. This woman fucked. I mean, she didn't fuck a dolphin. I know she didn't fuck a dolphin, but the way she describes this time is way too romantic.
Okay. Peter liked to be with me, explains Lovett. He would rub himself on my knee or my foot or my hand. At first, I would put him downstairs with the girls, she says, but transporting Peter downstairs proved so disruptive to the lessons that, phased with his frequent arousals, it just seemed easier for Lovett to relieve his urges herself manually.
Who is this woman? Was she a scientist? Where did they get this woman from? I'm not kidding, Jose. Where is she from?
I don't know. I guess you'll have to read the whole thing. Innocent as they were, Lovett's sexual encounters with Peter ultimately overshadowed the whole experiment when a story about them appeared in Hustler magazine in the late 1970s. Wow.
This woman fucked up. We could have talking dolphins, but this woman couldn't keep it in that fucking dolphin's pants.
And to her credit, she only did it so that she could continue the lessons. She said that she didn't think of it.
She could have kept putting the dolphin downstairs
she
and
didn't
not
think
jerked
of it,
the dolphin off.
She says, it wasn't sexual on my part. Sensuous, perhaps. It seemed to me like it made the bond closer.
No.
Not because of the sexual activity, but because of the lack of having to keep breaking, and that's all it really was.
No.
I was there to get to know Peter. That was part of Peter.
Oh, this is why. No. You do not get to describe, if you are a scientist doing an experiment, you do not get to describe jerking off a dolphin as sensual. Jose.
She's an old woman, definitely, when they did this interview.
Stop just talking on and not agreeing with me. That this
it's weird,
is
man.
Weird
I'm going to make
shit.
this movie. That's crazy. I want to make a movie. This is Shape of Water. They already made it.
I was going to say, they made it. It's called The Shape of Water. Oh, God.
Okay, so how did he die?
This woman... No. Margaret, don't jerk off dolphins. How is this... Listen, if you're a scientist, you can email us at captainslogpod@gmail.com, and maybe you can tell me that I'm wrong, that maybe jerking off the whatever it is you're trying to teach to talk could have good results, but I'm going to go ahead and say no. Just as a general rule is don't jerk off animals for unless told. Unless part of the experiment is
And
to jerk off the
they
animal.
did allow it. They knew it was happening. They were just kind of like, okay, keep doing it.
God.
So it says,
NASA-sanctioned bestiality is upsetting.
Andy Williamson, one of the people involved, says that every breath is a conscious effort. If life becomes too unbearable, the dolphins just take a breath and they sink to the bottom. They don't take the next breath. So this guy Andy Williamson, that was Rick O'Barry who said that. But then Andy Williamson puts Peter's death down to a broken heart. So he literally committed suicide by just sinking down to the bottom.
Because he wasn't getting jerked off by the woman anymore?
Yeah, because he'd fallen in love with her.
Well, but was it fully love, or was he just sexually frustrated?
You're an animal. That is love, right? You know?
I don't know. Penguins mate for life.
Wow.
Do dolphins mate for life?
No, I don't know.
Or do dolphins just fuck? Are dolphins just fucking?
Wow, that's crazy. Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna see if dolphins mate. No, dolphins don't mate for life, but they do create special bonds with their pod members, apparently. But, I don't like it, Jose. I don't like this one bit.
We spent too much on that one, but that was insane.
Well, honestly, it's crazy that it's mostly true.
Yeah. Wow, okay. Next one. I think this is the last one we have, Mason. Did I read that last one, so you read this one, right?
There's a theory that Jack never existed. Rose was upset about her abusive marriage and that she invented an imaginary person who could make her happy, which is why there's no record of him.
Here's my problem with this one already.
Oh, is it because it's a movie?
Right.
I understand that it was mostly
is this theory for the movie, or does this person believe that Jack and Rose were real people on the Titanic, and this is a theory for the Titanic in general?
Rose was loosely based on a real woman,
right? But she wasn't a real. I don't believe she was a real person in exactly like that. And also in the movie, it's explained that there's no record of him because he won the ticket from someone else in a gambling.
Right. So he took someone else's
ticket. He was there under a different identity.
Yes.
Right. So it's literally explained in the fucking movie.
But also, it's just a movie, so
it doesn't matter. Why are you posting this on a conspiracy page?
Was there? Okay, well now I have to look up. Was Rose because the way this is written posits that Rose was a real person.
This person says no. He was a time traveler sent back to save Rose. Things he spoke of didn't appear till after the ship W. I'm assuming they mean like ship was sailed or sunk or whatever. Yeah, because it's a fucking movie. They got things wrong.
Once again, one quick Google search says Jack Dawson and Rose, whatever her name was, portrayed in the movie by Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet, are almost entirely fictional characters. James Cameron modeled the character Rose after American artist Beatrice Wood, who had no connection to the Titanic history.
Yeah.
The movie's love story is also fiction. So yeah. It's a theory about a movie that already explained away the thing they're trying to explain.
I love this comment. What a bunch of shite. I agree.
The original Fight Club. Shut the fuck up.
No, but you don't get it because in that movie Fight Club,
he was imaginary. Tyler was imaginary.
Yeah.
I'm still mad that that woman fucked a dolphin.
Yeah, that kind of should have been the last one. That's crazy.
Fuck a dolphin. She jerked off a dolphin. I don't like it.
But they're still doing it, Mason.
They
still jerk him off.
I don't like that she described it as sensual.
Yeah, I didn't like that either. That was kind of gross.
No, don't.
Well, that's it. We've reached the end of that trip down Instagram conspiracy theories.
Don't jerk off dolphins.
First, don't jerk off dolphins. But
don't.
Mason,
they'll kill themselves.
Tell me
that woman made a dolphin kill itself. That woman effectively bullied a dolphin into killing itself.
Not bully, just gave him the world and then took it away. And this poor guy died of a broken heart. Hey, man, I've met many women that have done the same to me.
Oh, Jose, that's... God.
Anyway, I'm going to sink to the bottom of the fucking ocean now.
It is crazy that dolphins apparently are
they can just fucking commit suicide. Like, yeah, like... Anyway, okay, Mason, hit me with your conspiracy theory then.
Okay, did you know, Jose, that conspiracy pages on Instagram only exist to distract you from real conspiracies that the government doesn't want you to know about?
Whoa. That's pretty good, actually. Oh man, I should have been thinking of one. That's pretty good. I'm definitely gonna post that. Yeah, wow, I'm already envisioning that one. Okay, how about this?
Did you know dolphin semen has the elixir of life in it?
Oh, that's a good one too. Did you know that tying this back to the government? This is a government one. Did you know that the government actually controls the podcast market? And when you see things that say, don't start a podcast, there's too many of them, that's just the government trying to control the information that's out there, because everyone who currently has a podcast is paid off by the government. It's too wordy, but I'll cut it down.
Well, but also, are you trying to make people make more podcasts?
Hey, man.
What's your goal here? What's your end game? I just run an
Instagram conspiracy page, all right?
I can't wait until we have to get into a fight with these people.
Yeah.
Right? They're going to post something, right? Like,
I'm
fuck
sure,
these guys.
Yeah. Whatever. You can come on the show and we can...
And be like, hey, listen, assholes. All right?
Let's see. What's another fun one? Did you know that when you take a picture, you're actually not taking a picture. You're actually accessing another dimension where you and those people are exactly the same, but you're just taking that here, you know?
That one's a good one. I do like that. I was gonna say, did you know when you take a picture that you don't digitally capture something, but you freeze time for a second?
Oh, that's good too.
And then you forever, that time is forever frozen.
Like in Harry Potter.
But in a different timeline.
Oh.
Right.
Did you know that if you jerk off a dolphin long enough, it will fall in love with you and then kill itself? Yeah, wow, okay.
Honestly, that's some toxic relationship behavior. You shouldn't be with someone who threatens to kill themselves if you stop jerking them off.
Yes. And I think that's finally... That's
some Captain's Log Pod facts.
And this is the last one, I think. The final conspiracy page theory. Did you know that Captain's Log is actually just a false flag operation set up by the Joe Rogan podcast? It's pure Joe Rogan propaganda.
That one's good. I'm gonna amend that.
Yeah.
Did you know False Flag Podcast Captain's Log is actually just one person who records themselves in different outfits on green screens and then stitches it together like they're talking to each other?
That's very good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway, thank you guys for coming down this fucking rabbit hole of strange internet.
Sorry. Listen, I'm sorry. I owe our fans an apology. I didn't mean to get that worked up about that lady.
No, it's understandable. You love dolphins and you don't want them to be killing themselves. I don't love
dolphins. I certainly don't love dolphins the way that woman did.
You're not jerking off dolphins, Mason?
I'm not jerking off. I don't jerk off anything. Anything. Jose, wow. Not a single thing do I jerk off.
Hey, that's good. Good for you. Well, yeah, thank you guys for coming down this crazy rabbit hole with us. I'll include the pages. Don't go bully them or anything. Don't go be mean. Just, if you want to go give them a follow and see those posts for yourself, go ahead
none of
and
those.
do that.
I don't really think any of those pages deserve to be bullied for any of
no,
those.
Whatever.
The conspiracies themselves were dumb, but then none of those pages were like coming out and being like, "This is fucking fact." Fuck
just
you.
Be careful of what you read out there and do a bit of research.
Do a single Google search.
A quick Googs, if you will. Yes. And
who knows? You'll find out some weird shit is true and some not weird shit is not true.
For instance, the one that I thought was a lie and a joke was the one about a lady jerking off a dolphin. Turned out to be real.
Turned out to be actually real. Jerked a dolphin off into suicide.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for listening, and we will catch you on the next episode. And make sure to go subscribe to our YouTube channel, please. It is fully up to date, and we'd appreciate a quick subscribe and a like.
And follow me on Redbubble at Tiny Messiah. I just uploaded a bunch of artwork. So
yes. So thank you, everybody, for listening to this one, and we'll catch you on the next one where, should we give them a quick tease of what we're going to be talking about, Mason?
It's going to get tasty.
And there's gonna be a change in how the formula usually works. We'll just say that. So, All right.
Get a bib, get a knife.
Bye, everybody. Stay safe. Don't jerk off dolphins until they kill themselves. And
Or at all. No, I'm pushing back. Just don't jerk off dolphins. Not a
don't
one
jerk
time.
off dolphins. Don't do it for the
Not a
one time.
once.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
Stay
take it
safe.
easy, everybody. Bye.
Bye.